when a simply supported beam is subjected to point loads, how to calculate the shear force, bending moment, and bending stress that we are going to discuss today. So in this, read this problem. A simply supported beam of length 6 meter carries point load of 3 kilonewton and 6 kilonewton at a distance of 2 meters and 4 meters from the left end. Draw the shear force and bending moment diagram for the beam. Because in cantilever beam, you can easily locate the situation, locate the point where bending moment is maximum. Bending moment is maximum, but in simply supported beam, it is not possible. It is very difficult. We can find the location of the maximum bending moment only by drawing the bending moment diagram. Similarly, shear force also. Shear force also, you can locate the point where maximum shear force is acting can be predicted only by drawing the shear force diagram. So even though we can predict in cantilever beam, we followed the same because this is a procedure to be followed to find the maximum shear stress and maximum bending moment. You have to draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram, right? And also, you are asked to calculate the maximum bending stress if the diameter of the beam is 20 millimeter. You assume that this is a circular cross section beam and has a diameter of 20 millimeter. 20 millimeter. Now we'll discuss this problem, right? Millimeters, right? Now you draw the shear force and bending moment diagram, right? First step is here you have to calculate the reaction at A and B. In cantilever beam, in the cantilever beam, we had only one support, but here we have two supports. So if you start from the right, location, then you have to consider this load also. We don't know this load. What is it? The load is not known. Load is initially it will not be given. Here initially it will not be given. Then you have to calculate. How to calculate this? That can be calculated by taking momentum. By taking moment about any one of the points. Either you take moment about point A or point B. Because here say this is reaction B. Say this is reaction A. Upward reaction. So here there are two downward loads. Upward load, the reactions are not given. Reaction we have to find. So to find this, either you take moment about A or B. If you take moment about A, then the RA will be 0. Then RA will become 0 while taking moment about A. Then you can find the value of RB. If you take moment about B, then RB will be equal to 0. Then you can find the value of RA. Now I am going to write equilibrium equation. About the point A, right? Equilibrium equation about A, that is moment equation. That is equilibrium means it may be a force equation also, but here we are taking moment about A point. Now while taking moment, it is different. If you want to calculate a shear force or bending moment, then you will take axis at different points. You will take either one side. But while writing the equilibrium equation, you can consider all the loads. Whatever, if you take say, but here we are taking at the one point, no problem. Even you take at any point, you have to consider all the loads, either left side and right side. You take clockwise is positive, counterclockwise is negative, or any sign you can use. The sign we have used in the finding the shear force and bending moment need not be used here. Here, if it is clockwise, one sign, counterclockwise, another sign. That's all, right? Now the equilibrium equation is different from finding the force. That is entirely different. You cannot connect both. You cannot relate both, right? Now, if you take moment about A, if you take moment about A, now I'm taking RB into 6. This is a clockwise moment. So I'm taking RB into 6. 6 into RB. So this is RB is a force and 6 is a distance. So that will give moment a counterclockwise moment. I'm taking that as left side. I'm taking all clockwise moment right side. Otherwise you got to put minus, then equal to 0. Instead of that I am taking right side. So here in this 6 kilonewton force into the distance 2 plus 2 4, 6 into 4 plus this is 3 into 2, 3 into 2. So this is one moment, clockwise moment due to 6 kilonewton force. This moment is due to 3 kilonewton force. Both are clockwise. So I have taken right side, and this RB reaction force is acting in counterclockwise direction. I have taken left side, right? Now this is 24 plus 6, 30, 30 kilonewton. Now what is the value of RB? RB is equal to 30 divided by 6 is equal to 5 kilonewton. 5 kilonewton. See, already it is given. It is not given in the problem. We calculated 5 kilonewton. Now you can find the value of RA. This can be calculated by two ways. This can be calculated by two ways. One, you can take moment about RB. You can take moment about RB. Otherwise, you can equate vertical forces and horizontal forces. Vertical forces, RE is acting upward, RB is acting upward. This is RC is acting downward direction, this is acting downward direction. Now, RA plus RB is equal to 3 plus 6. Upward is equal to downward. So now, RA is equal to, we know RB is equal to 5. 6 plus 3, 9. 9 minus 5 is equal to 4 kilonewton. 4 kilonewton. Otherwise, you can take moment also. If you take moment, another alternate method is taking moment. If you take moment about B, take moment about B. Moment about B. If you take moment about B, RA into 6. RA will create a, if you take moment about this point, RA will create a clockwise moment. RA into distance. So this 3 kilonewton force and 6 kilonewton force will create a counterclockwise moment. So I am taking right side. That is, I am taking about this point. So what is this distance? This is also 2, totally 6. So this is 2. So 6 into 2 plus 3 into 4. 3 into 4. How much it is? 6 into 2, 12. 3 into 4, 12. 12 plus 12, 24. 24. Then RB is equal to how much? It is 4 kilonewton. You can calculate the value of RB comparing forces or moment. Both ways you can calculate. Now we'll discuss about shear force diagram. We'll discuss about shear force diagram. Shear force at point B. Shear force at point B. Please remember that while writing the equilibrium equation, that is different. While calculating the shear force and bending moment, that is different. You don't confuse both. While writing the equilibrium equation, you have to consider all the forces, either right side or left side. You take clockwise or counterclockwise. In that sense, you have to take. That is equilibrium. But while calculating shear force or bending moment, that is different. You have to consider only one side. You have to consider only one side. And sign conversion also different. Sign conversion not same as the this equilibrium equation. Equilibrium equation is different from the finding the force, right? Now, shear force at B. So if you take shear force at B, you can consider only right side and that this force. Right side there is no force, only 5 kilonewton is there. The right side upward is, we take negative. In the cantilever beam, we take the force right side, downward is positive. Downward is positive. Here it is upward, so it is negative, minus 5 kilonewton. Minus 5 kilonewton. This is a shear force at point B. And what is the shear force at point D? Shear force at D. D is equal to, whenever there is a point load, you have to calculate the shear force 2 times. Whenever there is a point load, you have to find the shear force at shear force 2 times, because there will be a sudden change. There will be a sudden change. This 5 kilonewton force will be uniform up to this point. Then 6 will increase. So this minus 5 kilonewton. After that, if you take moment about this point, including the 6 kilonewton, that is minus 5, that is plus 6, that is downward force. So plus 6, that is equal to plus 1 kilonewton. So at this point, it will vary from minus 5 to plus 1. Then shear force at point C. Shear force at point C. What is the shear force at point C? C is equal to, this is upward, minus 5. Here also, with this force, without this force, both you have to calculate. Minus 5 plus 6 plus 6. This is minus 1. This is, sorry, plus 1. This 1 kilonewton here will come up to this point. Then 3 kilonewton suddenly it will increase. That is 1. Here up to this it is 1. Then plus 3. Plus 3. So we can write like this: minus 5 plus 6 and plus 3. Minus 3, sorry, minus 5, this 6 downward, then 3 downward. So positive, positive. So that is equal to 4 kilonewton. The same 4 kilonewton will go up to this point. Up to this point already. So the same shear force at A. The same 4 kilonewton will go up to this point. Then this 4, this is minus. This is upward direction it is acting. So this is minus. Already 4 kilonewton is there. 4 kilonewton. This is plus, and this is minus 4. That is equal to 0. So my 4 kilonewton to 0 it will come. 0 it will come. Now we can see. Now let us draw the bending moment. Bending moment at point B. This is equal to force into distance. Here only one force is there. If you take bending moment at this point, the distance is 0. So bending moment will be 0. And what about bending moment at D? Bending moment at D is equal to this force, that is 5 kilonewton. We take counterclockwise positive. So 5 kilonewton multiplied by 2 is equal to 10 kilonewton meter. 5 is force, distance is 2. Now we are taking moment about this point. What about 6 kilonewton? Distance is 0. So because of 6 kilonewton, there is no moment. Now you come to next point, where bending moment at point C. Bending moment at point C at this point. Either you can take left side or right side, no problem. If you take right side, for all problem, but 6 kilonewton also you can take right side or left side. If you take, let us calculate. For 6 kilonewton, if you take left side, here there is a 4 kilonewton. In the right side, clockwise is positive. Right side counterclockwise is positive. Left side clockwise is positive. So this is positive. That is 4 into 4. 4 into 4. 4 into 4. Right? I'm taking moment about D, left side of the beam instead of right side. Right side already we have calculated. Instead of right side, we are taking left side. So 4 here counterclockwise is positive. Right side counterclockwise is positive. Left side clockwise is positive. That is the sign we have taken. So 4 into this distance is 4. Then 3. 3 minus, this is 3 is minus. This is because left side it is creating a clockwise moment. That is minus 3 into 2. How much? 4 into 4, 16. 3 into 2, 10. 10 kilonewton meter. Right? So same answer we got. This is considering right side of the beam. This is considering left side of the beam. Similarly, we are going to find bending moment for point C, right side of the beam, left side of the beam. Both you can calculate. You will get same answer. If we consider the right side of the beam, or 5 kilonewton, this is counterclockwise moment, positive right side. So it is 5 multiplied by how much distance? Distance is, now we are taking moment about C. So distance is 4. 4. Then this force, that is minus, this is producing clockwise moment right side. So minus 6 into 2. 6 into 2. How much? 20 minus 6 into 2, 12. So it is 8 kilonewton meter. So for the same, if you consider the right side, consider the left side. For this, if you consider the left side, then only this one, only this one. This force, the if you want to find the bending moment at point C, considering the left is 4 into 2, 4 into 2, 4 into 2. Left side clockwise moment is positive, so 4 into 2, that is equal to 8 kilonewton meter. No problem. You can consider either right side or left side, but you have to follow the sign conversion correctly. But you need not follow the same conversion. Instead of plus, you can take minus also, but the same conversion you have to follow for the entire problem. Now you take the bending moment at this point. Bending moment at this point. You know, if you consider the left side of the beam, automatically only one load is there. So automatically load into distance, it will be 0. It will be 0. Bending moment at point A is equal to 0. If you consider the left side of the beam, you can consider right side of the beam also, no problem. You can consider the right side of the beam also. If you consider the left side of the beam, only one force is there and distance is 0, so bending moment is 0. Now you consider the right side of the beam, no problem. You consider right side of the beam. Then this is 5. 5 into 6. We are taking moment about A. So 5 force, distance is 6. That is clockwise. That is clockwise. So 5 into 6. 5 into 6 minus 6 into 4. Distance is 4. 6 into 4 minus 3 into 2. 3 into 2. 3 into 2. How much? 6 into 5, 30. 6 into 4, 24 minus 3 into 2, 6. 24 plus 6, 30. 30 minus 30, 0. You will get 0. So whenever we calculate moment about B, in case of simply separated beam, no doubt it will be 0 at the supports. It will be 0 support. In cantilever beam, at the support it is maximum, but in simply separated beam, at supports it will be 0. Always it will be 0. You can straight away, you can write. Here it is 0. A is equal to also, B is also 0. Now we are going to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram. Now this is a shear force and bending moment diagram, right? You see the shear force. Shear force is minus 5. Shear force is minus 5 at B. So see here it is downward. It is downward, minus 5. Since it is a point load, it will be uniform up to this point. It will be uniform up to this point. Then, so the same minus 5 is continuing up to this point. After that it is 1. It is plus 1. Suddenly it is increasing to 1. Right? After that, the same 1 will continue up to this point. In case of point load, the shear force is uniform. So this 1 is continuing up to this point, where so it is continuing up to that point 1. After that, it is suddenly increasing to 4. So 1 plus 4, 1 plus 3, 4. It is coming to this point, and it is 4 is another uniform up to this point. Now it is coming to 0, coming to 4 minus 4. This 4 coming to 0. So this is a shear force diagram, and this is a bending moment diagram. This is a bending moment diagram. Bending moment at A and B is 0. At B is 0, A is also 0. And D, it is positive 10 kilonewton meter. So in case of bending moment for point load, it is linear. So from 0 to 10, you connect a linear line. Then it is at C, it is 8. C, it is 8. So you connect linearly. To 8. Then it is linear to A point. It is 0. So this is the way you have to draw the bending moment diagram. Now, see, you can see in this diagram where The support, you leave the supports. You leave the supports in between. In between, at one point, the line is crossing the shear force diagram. It is changing from positive, negative to positive. At which point? D point. At that point, the bending moment is maximum. So most of the cases, it is not true for all the cases, but most of the cases, whenever there is a change in sign of shear force, change in sign of shear force, if shear force sign changes, at that point, bending moment will be maximum. But once again, I will tell you, it is not true for all the cases. Most of the cases, it is true, and it is 10 kilonewton, and it is 10 kilonewton. Okay, so when shear force sign changes, at that point, whether it is positive to negative, negative to positive, what it may be, if sign changes, at that point, the bending moment is maximum most of the case. Why I am telling is, in this problem it is okay. It is crossing at the exactly at the point D. Sometimes it will be crossing in the middle. Then you have to calculate bending moment at that point, because that point may be a maximum point. May be a maximum point. So you should not avoid that point. You have to find the bending moment at this point also. For this problem, if you want to find shear stress, you have to take which is a maximum shear force, 5 kilonewton. 5 kilonewton, that you have to take. Now, if you want to find the bending stress, you have to take the maximum bending moment. Which point? It is D. So, according to this, you will get shear stress D at the point D will be subjected to maximum shear stress. Then, where failure will take first? At the D point. If at all the stress is less than the stress is more than the strength, the failure will take place initially at point D. Failure will start at point D. Is it okay? Now, finally we have to find what? We have to find the bending stress. What is the equation for bending stress? We know bending stress sigma is equal to m by I into y. M into I into y. Now, what is m? We know it is maximum bending moment is 10. Maximum bending moment is 10. So 10 kilonewton meter. 10 kilonewton meter. You can convert kilonewton meter into Newton millimeter. So to convert kilonewton into Newton, it is 10 power 3. To convert meter into millimeter, again 10 power 3. Right? So now this is Newton millimeter. What is the value of I? I is equal to, this is a circular cross section. This is a circular cross section. Then what is the value of I? I is equal to pi d power 4 by 64. Now multiplied by y. What is y? This is a neutral axis. The distance of extreme fiber from the neutral axis. Distance of extreme fiber from the neutral axis. So d is 20 by 2. So 20 by 2. So this will be your sigma. This will be your sigma. Right? The previous problem was about point load in simply supported beam. Point load in simply supported beam. Here it is uniformly distributed load, not to the entire length. It is partially a uniformly distributed load is acting. Now, how to solve this problem? We are going to discuss. Right? Now, first step is calculating the reactions at A and B. Reactions at A and B. This is a beam. This is a beam subjected to uniformly distributed load of 10 kilonewton per meter over a distance of 6 meters. Over a distance of 6 meter. The entire span length is 9 meter, and there is a reaction at A and reaction at B. Now you find RA and RB. How to find RA and RB? This can be calculated by taking moment about A. You take moment. Take moment about A. Right? Either you can take B also, no problem, nothing wrong. Now you are taking moment about A. So now you consider all the forces, left side, right side. So here you need not follow the sign conversion or the method you followed in shear force and bending moment, you need not follow. Here it is a equilibrium equation. This is a equilibrium equation. So the total moment must be equal to 0. So that's what you have to consider all the forces and all the moments. Now there is a force RB, that is we don't know. It is acting at a distance of 9 meter. Then what is the moment for this? And this 10 kilonewton force will create a clockwise moment. This is counterclockwise moment. This is clockwise moment. So I'm taking right side the equation. That is, now it is given kilonewton per meter. If it is a uniformly distributed load, it will be given in another per meter. Then you have to calculate the force. How to calculate the force? 10 into distance. How much distance? 6. The uniformly distributed load is acting over a span of 6 meters. So 10 into 6, this is the force. Now multiplied with distance to find the moment. What is the distance? So you have to, since it is acting to the entire length, you assume that the total load is acting at the center of gravity. Let us take this as center of gravity. Where is what is the distance of center of gravity from the A? It is 6 by 2. It will be at the center. So 6 by 2, right? RB. That only we have to calculate. Now RB is equal to 10 into 6 into 6 divided by 9 into 2. So how much it is? If we calculate 3, if we can, so this is 3, this is 2. Again, if you 2, this you cancel. So 10 into 2, 20 kilonewton. 20 kilonewton. Actually, this value is not known. That's what you have to calculate. But I wrongly substituted. No, okay, it is okay. So this is RB into 9. Similarly, if you want to find RA, you can use two methods. One is you can take moment about RB. You can take moment about RB, or net downward force equal to net upward force. Both case you can use. Now you can will use force equilibrium equation. So RA is acting upward, RB is also acting upward. That is equal to this force. This force. How much is the force? 10 into 6. Only we are equating force, not moment. So 10 into 6. So 10 into 6 is 60. Now we know that RB is 20. So then what is the value of RA? R is equal to 60 minus 20, 40 kilonewton. 40 kilonewton. Already it is calculated. Right? Now you have to find the shear force and bending moment. Shear force and bending moment. Shear force at B. Shear force at B. If you take this one, right side there are no force. Only RB is there. RB is acting in the upward direction. Then it is negative minus 20 kilonewton. This is a force. Then you find the force at point C. Shear force at C. Here you consider the right side. Only this force is there. Then we know that in between how to fill it, it is uniform. If you consider shear force at this point, you have to consider the right side. That is uniform. Why it is uniform? When a beam is subjected to point load, the shear force is uniform. At the point C also, the shear force is uniform. The same minus 20. Now you find the shear force at point A. Shear force at point A is equal to, you can consider left side or and right side. Either one you can consider. If you consider left side, it will be easy. If you consider otherwise, you can consider right side also. Let us consider right side. If you consider the right side, RB is 20. So this is minus 20. Then this is acting in the upward direction. Then this force is acting in the downward direction. This is plus. How much it is? 10 into 60. That is equal to 40 kilonewton. So here it is minus 20, then it is going to 40. Then it will come to 0. That we will let's start the shear force diagram afterwards. Now you find the bending moment at point B. I already told you bending moment at the, in case of simply supported, what is the bending moment value? It is 0. What is the bending moment at point A? Bending moment at point A, that also 0. In case of simply supported beam at supports, bending moment is equal to 0. Now you find the bending moment at C point. For this, you can consider either right side or left side. You can consider either right side or left side. If you consider right side, if you consider right side, if you consider right side, what is the shear force? What is the bending moment at point C? Bending moment at point C, it is equal to the force 20. Force is 20. This is counterclockwise moment, so it is positive. Right side counterclockwise is positive. 20 into what is the distance? This is 6. So then it is 3 meters. 20 into 3. So it is equal to 60. This is equal to 60 kilonewton meter. At point C, bending moment is 60. At point B, it is 0. So in between, how will you join the bending moment? It is straight line. It is straight line. Why it is straight line? In case of point load, here we have only point load. So after that, you have uniformly distributed load. That will be a curve. What curve? It is a quadratic or parabolic curve. But in this portion, it is straight line. It is straight. How much is the value? 60. See, this is a beam. This is a beam. This is a shear force diagram. This is a shear force diagram. So to draw the shear force diagram, the shear force at point B is 20, minus 20. See, this is minus 20, right? This is uniform up to the point C. This is uniform because it is a point load, so it is uniform up to the point C. And at this is minus 20, right? At point A, it is plus 40. It is plus 40. So it is plus 40. So how to join this one? This is a shear force bar uniformly distributed load. It should be linear. It should be linear. We connected like this. At one point, it is another shear force is 0. Shear force is 0. At one point, shear force is 0. So at this point, there is a possibility for maximum bending moment. At this point, there is a possibility for maximum bending moment. So you have to calculate bending moment at this point. Bending moment at this point. Am I okay? So we have calculated B and C. C is 60, no? C is 60. This is straight line. That is linear. We know here it is 0. Here it is 0. Here it is 60. But at point D, you have to calculate again. So whenever there is a change in sign of shear force, whenever there is a change in sign of shear force, here negative to positive it is changing at this point. So at this point, again you have to calculate the bending moment. Sometimes it may be maximum, sometimes it may be, most of the times it will be maximum. Then you have to confirm it. Right. How to locate this point? How to locate this point? How to locate this point? Here you know the shear force is 0. Here you know shear force is 0. You take right side or left side and you write a equation. And equal to 0. Shear force equation. You write a shear force equation. Now I am going to write shear force equation for this point. I am going to write shear force equation for this point. You can consider either right side or left side. Both are same. I am taking this distance as x. I am taking this distance as x. I am taking left side. I am taking this as a x. Now I am writing a shear force equation. About this point, you consider the left side. Left side upward we take for shear force we take positive. So shear force is 40. Minus this value, minus this value. How much it is? It is 10 kilonewton per meter. 10 kilonewton multiplied by the distance x. That is a force. I am taking shear force about this point. So you have to consider only this left side to this, or right side to this. So here we are considering left side to this. I am taking this distance as x. This distance we don't know. This distance we don't know, but we know at this point shear force is equal to 0. Shear force is equal to 0. So I'm considering the left side 40. That is a reaction upward. That's so positive. This force is 10 into distance is how much? X. Distance is X. So 10x is a force. This is equal to what? 0. Because we know shear force is equal to 0. From this we can find the value of X. Then what is the value of X? It is 40 by 10 equal to 4 meter. 4 meters. This is equal to how much? This distance is equal to 4 meters. 4 meters. So here also you have to find the bending moment. If you find the bending moment at 4 meter, we can say this point is a D point. So bending moment at D is equal to, you can consider right side or left side. Let us consider left side here. We'll consider left side here. If we consider left side here, here the reaction is producing a clockwise moment. So that is positive. Left side clockwise is positive. So 40 multiplied by distance is x is 4. We have calculated 4. 40 into 4 minus this is 10. 10 into 4. This is a what? Force. Because this is kilonewton per meter, you multiply with the distance. 10 into 4 is the force, multiply by distance. What is the distance? Here we are considering left side of this axis, left side of the 6. How much this distance is 4? Center of gravity for this is, center of gravity will be at the center. So 2. The distance is 2. So 2. Then bending moment is equal to 40 into 4, 160. 160 minus 10 into 4 into 2. 10 into 4, 40. 40 into 2, 80. So what is the value? 80 kilonewton meter. 80 kilonewton meter. See, at point it is 80, but at point C it is only 60. So if you want to draw the bending moment diagram, here it is 0, here also it is 0. At this point it is 60. At this point it is 60. Here right side if you see, here only point load is there. So it is straight line. It is linear. After that we have a uniformly distributed load. So then it is a curve. It is a curve. It is a curve. Maximum is 80 at point D. So you got to draw a curve like this. So now if you want to find the maximum bending stress, which value you have to take? You have to take 80. You have to take 80. So which point will be subjected to maximum stress? Point D will be subjected to maximum stress. So failure will take first here only. First here only. Right? So that is the objective of finding this stress. Our objective is where failure will take place. To avoid this, what you have to do? That's what about design. Okay. Today we have discussed about simply supported beam subjected to point load. First problem. Second problem is uniformly distributed load. Third one is uniformly varying load. Uniformly varying load. Now you can solve this problem. All of you take the notes and solve this problem.